All right, guys, got a call from a guy that my dad knows. He has a Yamaha Virago V-Twin. Don't know that much about it. He says it's been sitting for a while, so I got my buddy Zach here running the camera. We're gonna go take a look at it, see if it's worth buying, and see what it's all about. Here it is.
This is it.
And it's clean.
Thank you.
Oh, there it is. Get this baby strapped down. This thing's clean, you know? Yes, it is. Just in time for summer. Okay, off in a little bit of a hurry tonight. I got my dad with me. We found two Honda motorcycles a guy had listed for $250. They're I think late 70s, early 80s. One's a Honda Matic and the other is a CB450. We have a lot of history with these Hondas like this, know the ins and outs of them, so it'll go right along with that Virago we picked up earlier this week. The guy asked us to not film except for when we're loading them up, so we're gonna respect that and get some footage of loading them up and then checking them out back at the house. We just made it back to the shop, got both bikes unloaded right before it started raining, so things are already off to a pretty good start. The first bike is a Honda CM450A. I know I called this a CB earlier, but it's a CM. The A represents automatic. These are also referred to as Honda Matics. I've dealt in a lot of motorcycles. I've never came across one of these, so I say it's pretty rare. Also pretty clean. That's always appreciated. So, pretty good looking bike. Tail lights are missing on both bikes. I'm not sure what the story is, but the other bike, I also referred to this as a CB. It is a CM as well, CM400T. I would call this like a cafe racer style. There's a high demand for these now, or at least this style of bike, so hopefully I can move these pretty quickly. Both bikes have the factory mag wheels on them. Pretty cool 80s look. Unfortunately, the owner forgot to give us the keys for the bikes, so I can't even open the gas tank because it's locked with the key. I can't try and crank them over, so I don't know what I have yet. We'll have to get back over there and get those, but in the meantime, I got the stuff I need to try and get the Virago running, so we're gonna jump over to that. All right, guys, it's been a couple days since we picked this Yamaha Virago up. I ended up getting it for $450, which I think is a pretty fair deal. These probably sell anywhere from $1,200 to $1,600. I think we got good profit margin there. The guy told me that it had been sitting for a couple of years, so I went ahead and ordered a new battery. So we got the battery right here. We're gonna pull the seat off, throw the battery in there, just see if for some reason it fires off. I'm anticipating we're gonna have to clean the carburetors, probably clean the gas tank out. We're gonna get this seat off of here, throw that battery in, see if it lights off. Just take these Allens out, I guess, and that seat should lift off. Oh man, didn't even charge us extra for the mouse nest. Somebody's already been in here. You can tell it is by the way that it is. Oh yeah, it's pulling it down. Cool, well, no time like the present. Let's see what happens. It's not liking that for some reason. It's just dimming the lights. See that? Oh, the switch was stuck. Now we're good. Turns over. That switch just sticks. It kind of had me freaked out. Like, uh-oh. All right, let's check the oil and throw some gas in it and just see if we get lucky. So when I went to put gas in it, I looked down in the tank and you can see there's a bunch of rust down in there. So if we put gas in there, all it's gonna do is just make that rust transfer into the fuel system. We don't want that. So we're gonna just go ahead and start pulling the tank off and moving in to clean the carburetors. And then hopefully that's all we have to do and we can get this baby fired up. Okay, so what we're running into is the carburetors are like fit in here in the intake boots, so we have to take the intake boots off, but you can't get to the bolts because the carburetor's in the way. So I got a universal here on this 1/4" ratchet. I'm gonna try this real quick and see if I can get it to work. I'm optimistic. Yes. Got it. Man, that was a pain in the butt to get those out. All right, so we're gonna clean these up. Pretty grimy and dirty. Obviously, we care about how clean the inside is for how they perform, but if there's dirt on the outside, it's a good chance it's gonna wind up in the jets where we don't want it. So I got the carbs sitting in this little catch pan here, and I have this air-powered pressure washer I got on Amazon. I'll throw the link in the description, but it's connected to this little bucket. It's got a pickup tube, and this has a simple green of water in it. So let's check it out. Got a little bit more cleaning to do, and then we'll start disassembly. I got a lot done last night. I'm feeling pretty good about it. The Virago's sitting right here. The carburetors are off of it. They're sitting over here. We had them soaking all night, nice and clean. That little handheld power washer did a good job. I'm gonna get those torn down today. Hopefully get them back on the bike and give it a test fire. I just want to give a 10-15 second, probably longer than that, update on a few other things. So we have this Suzuki 185 four-wheeler. Had a couple videos on that. I drug it out, put a new fuel pump on it. It's ready to sell. Got a John Deere riding mower over here. Nothing too exciting with that. I bought it earlier this week. It's sold. People are coming to pick it up today, so a nice quick flip. Enough talking about that. We're gonna focus on this motorcycle and hopefully get it fired up by the end of the day today. I'm checking in with some halfway there progress. This carburetor is completely taken apart, cleaned, ready to go back together. Once it's back together, I'm gonna tear that one down and clean it. Because they're identical, I wanted to do them individually, especially with people coming and going buying stuff today. It would be easy for me to mix things up. Once those are together, we'll throw them back on the bike. So the next clip should be me trying to fire this thing off. Got the bike all put back together. The carburetor's on, tank's clean and on. I put a fuel filter on there, full of fresh gas. So I'm gonna jump on here, hit the key, see if it fires off. And if it does, I'll take it for a test run. So it is lean, I can tell. It's lean popping a little bit. So I'm probably gonna have to sink the carbs, but it's definitely good enough to run. So I'll jump on here and run down the road and see how. So the test drive went pretty well. I have a little bit of fine tuning left to do. I got to sync the carbs like I said earlier, but overall really happy with how it runs. Definitely have a lot of work left to do on the other bikes, but that's going to do it for this video, guys. Hopefully you liked it. If you did, throw us a thumbs up and we'll catch you on the next video.